What kind of is your vision, I guess, for Warren over the next 5-10 years? What do you see it becoming potentially?
Well, I have to admit that the last few months has given me cause to perhaps reconsider that slightly. But I think in talking with Sean and Lisa, who are 100% the leaders here that I am, I think we stay the course as we pivot from, like I said, sort of closing the curtain on that heavy demolition era and really key in on home ownership. With the economic downturn that we're experiencing, it's very likely that we'll have to start considering owning properties and renting them as a means to graduate to home ownership. So the larger vision is to be part of this community lifting. There's a lot of stuff happening downtown that wasn't here when I got here. I mean, when I got here, you could see a tumbleweed blow across Courthouse Square at 4 o'clock. Now we got a new brewery, new coffee shop and donut shop, some new restaurants. There's a lot happening in this community. Our parks are being improved. Our neighborhoods are being improved. And I think we just need to bring our talent and capacity that this team has, all 20 people, into the energy of moving Warren forward, building a better Warren.
Are you concerned at all that COVID is going to have a major setback on even like the downtown area with restaurants and some of the development that was coming in?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I think over time, I gotta think the Valley's been through a lot. I think we'll be here and we'll fight through it, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that the next 12 months is a little hazier than in previous years. Sure.
What do you think, having been here now 10 years, maybe holds the Valley back in some ways?
I think that the Valley's been dealt a bad hand. I think that the way that our larger economic system is really puts the Valley and its residents in a bad spot. I mean, I think an organization like this, we do everything we can to try and move that needle. But there's external forces and pressures that are pretty hard to swim against. We had 7 jobs in the back, but what's lost at Lordstown GM? It's kind of hard to go tit for tat with what happens in the Valley. I certainly can't point to there's no more or less dysfunction here than there is anywhere else. People will tell you that everything here is way different than it is elsewhere. That's not true. I'm from Cleveland. There's the same stuff everywhere. I think in a lot of ways the Valley's stronger and perhaps even better prepared for what may lay ahead than other communities.
Do you think there needs to be some huge systemic changes in our country or locally?
I do. I mean, I really think that we need to look at redistributing wealth to some degree. The programs that we have work. They work very well. We don't have nearly enough money to do them. We did 45 emergency home repairs since we started the program a year ago. That's $300,000 worth of home repairs. These are residents that own their homes, have owned their homes, need a new roof and can't afford it. Our waiting list is 5 times the number of people that we've been able to serve. And we can't continue to stabilize our community without the resources to do that. I don't think people just want free stuff, but I think when people are making 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour and trying to keep up with a mortgage and increasing costs and having to drive everywhere because of the sort of the layout of the community, I think people are they're up against it. They really are. We know this from talking to people. And we know that people want to live better, do better. It's just, we need more resources here. We need job creation at the sort of take what we did here, and that could be scaled up. That could be all the way scaled up. We could renovate every vacant house in this community and put a family in each one of it.
But how do you do that?
Funding. We need funding. I mean, it's a lot of people won't want to hear that, but when we know where a lot of other funding goes in our country, there's no reason in the world that it couldn't go towards housing and community improvement into Warren and Youngstown.
So what have you learned over the last 10 years, having lived here and in your position as well?
I've learned that when you ask residents first, when you talk to residents first, you're going to get better outcomes. When we can sit around that table, look at a map, we do that, and make plans. You know, we can say, this should go there, that one should come down, this one should get renovated, that park needs this. But all that is just planning. You know, without organizing, it means nothing. I learned that early, and I feel that, especially through this crisis, as much as ever before. I've just learned how important it is to organize around your issues and how to make sure that what you deploy resources towards are resident driven.
And you know, I think a lot of people maybe don't really understand the term community organizer. You hear that President Obama was a community organizer. What does that mean to you?
It means talking to people. It means hitting the doorsteps, you know. It means going out and having one-on-one conversations with people in plain language about their lives and what they need and how they want to participate in achieving it.
And when you say the mission, part of your mission is to empower the residents, what does that mean? What
that means to me is that when we're done working on this street, it should look how you want it to look, not how I think it should look. What we do at this house, I need to know what you think of that. I need to know, do you want that land if we tear that vacant house down? That's what that looks like to me. We're a steward of resources. And I mentioned funding earlier. That funding comes to us to manage, not to sort of dole out as we see fit, but to be stewards of. It's not our money. It's here for the community, and it's important that we spend it with the community's interest in mind.
Built for the 21st century American workforce, Eastern Gateway Community College has 2 campuses and is a national leader in online learning. EGCC.edu is a digital gateway where 30,000 students are quickly transforming their financial futures through degrees, certificates, transferable credits, and higher-paying jobs. And now, residents of the Mahoning Valley can enroll in summer classes for free. It's the EGCC Summer Guarantee. Eastern Gateway. America's new workforce starts here.